Something in the snow. I don't usually travel alone in winter, but that year, I needed to get away. I was tired of people, tired of work, tired of noise, so I chose solitude, a quiet trip into the snowy highlands. A stretch of land tucked between the mountains, lined with old cabins, where the houses are scattered like forgotten thoughts. There was no service, no signal, just the hum of my car and the slow falling of snowflakes across the windshield. The further I drove, the quieter it got. No traffic, no birds, not even wind. Just snow, endless quiet snow. It was around 4:30 in the evening when my car died. No warning, just a strange metallic clunk, followed by the engine coughing. Then, silence. I tried the ignition. Once, twice, nothing. The cold crept in almost instantly, and I realized I hadn't passed another house in over 30 minutes. There were no lights nearby, only the pale glow of the setting sun behind the mountains and the vast stretch of white silence all around me. I had a tent in the trunk, a compact one I'd planned to use just once. With the car dead and the cold deepening, I made a decision I still regret. I found a spot near the edge of a thin forest, pitched the tent, and prepared for a long, cold night. I remember how quiet it was. No animals, no birds, just snow gently brushing the canvas. This was so deep, I could hear my own heartbeat. At first, it was peaceful. I lay in the sleeping bag, listening to the soft sighs of the wind. It was strangely calming. Then I heard something. A crunch. Snow. Footsteps. Maybe. At first, I told myself it was just ice settling, or a tree limb dropping snow. But then I heard it again. Crunch. Closer. Slow. Deliberate. Not the rapid, light steps of a deer. Not the fluttering of a bird. These were human steps, or something pretending to be. They circled the tent. Not fast, just moving, watching, testing. I froze. Then I heard a scrape, low, against the side of the tent. Something was brushing the canvas, gently, like fingertips or claws. Then silence. I didn't sleep that night. Not really. I just lay there, barely breathing, until the sun finally returned, weak and cold in the pale morning sky. When I unzipped the tent and stepped outside, the snow was untouched except for one thing. Footprints. Long, dragging, deep. They didn't look right. Not boots, not paws. They circled the tent twice and then just stopped. There was no trail leading in, no trail leading out, as if whatever had made them had come up from beneath the snow. I had to get help. I could see a cabin far across the valley, barely a shape through the snow, perched near a wooded ridge. I started walking through knee-deep snow. The cold bit my face and my legs burned. Halfway there, I looked back. The tent was now just a dot behind me, and something stood near it. A figure, thin, tall, motionless, watching. My chest clenched. I turned away. I walked faster. I didn't look back again. The cabin looked abandoned, but the door was unlocked. Inside was a fireplace, a broken table, and the smell of dust and age. There were no signs of life, no food, no firewood, not even shoes by the door. But there were scratches on the floor, deep, long, like something had been dragged. I found a candle on the mantel and lit it. The flame flickered violently, even though the air was still. And then, I heard it again. The footsteps, outside, coming closer. I hid, behind a shelf, holding my breath. The door creaked open, but nothing stepped inside, just the cold. Then came the whisper, a dry voice, whispering words I didn't know. Low, wrong, but almost familiar. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. After what felt like hours, the door slowly shut again. But I knew it was still out there, waiting. I stayed until morning, too afraid to sleep. When I finally dared to leave, the snow outside was untouched. No footprints, no trails, as if the snow had erased it all. But I know what I saw, I know what I heard, and I know what followed me. Because even now, in my apartment, far from the mountains, on cold, silent nights when the snow falls heavy, I still hear it. The crunch of footsteps, the scrape on the wall, the whisper that knows my name. So if you ever find yourself driving alone in the snowy mountains and your car breaks down, don't stay. Don't sleep in the tent. Because in the snow, something watches. And if it finds you once, it will never forget.